I'm Rhonda Harvey, and I'm a partner here in the Charleston office of Bowles Rice. I started here as a lawyer in 1993, but actually clerked in the Martinsburg office of Bowles Rice after my second year of law school. The year before that, after my first year, I clerked in Charleston, West Virginia, and felt like I wanted to try somewhere different, so went to the Martinsburg office. Really enjoyed the folks there. It was a fun summer, nice to be so close to Washington, D.C. But when I was in my third year of law school, really wanted to go back to Morgantown because that's where I had lived for a long time, even before going to law school. I'm one of those lawyers who did have a previous career. I worked in advertising for several years and in public relations before going to law school. So I wanted to stay in Morgantown, but unfortunately the firm didn't have any openings in our Morgantown office and invited me to come to Charleston. I've been here ever since. Started in the commercial bankruptcy group. Hard to believe since I'm now in litigation and have been doing litigation for several years. But Julie Chinchak recruited me to that group by telling me that they do quite a bit of commercial litigation. So I found that to be interesting and started with them, continued to be involved in litigation, went to all the group meetings for litigation, and started working with that group until eventually, after probably about a year and a half or so, I was swallowed up totally by the litigation group and have been there ever since. We split into sub-practice groups probably 4 or so years ago, and I became the group leader for the deliberate intent group because I had in the past done a lot of work in that practice area and am pretty familiar with the law of deliberate intent. Then, over the past year or two, deliberate intent group has worked pretty closely with the labor and employment group and the workers' comp group because we all deal with employers and employer issues, so we market together as a group. Because of that, this past year, the deliberate intent group and the labor employment group merged now into one practice group, which is employer legal services. So moving forward, we will be helping employers with both deliberate intent and labor employment through the same lawyers.